So I'm choosing to do something pretty audacious. And that is that I want to do 100 YouTube videos in 100 days. And like just saying it out loud and knowing that I'm going to post this on the internet for people to see, like, it's kind of like, but at the same time, there's something quite empowering about what I feel like I'm stepping into. And I feel really, really called to share this journey with my audience, with people who have no clue who the fuck I even am and will discover me and be like, who is this chick? And so I just want to share, like, there's various reasons why I'm really choosing to do this. And the first one, and I think is the most important, is embodiment. And I'm one of those people. And if you've ever like worked in like corporate, or you've gotten your bearings being behind the scenes of other people's stuff, like it can be kind of like a mind fuck when you're really good at something, but you're not necessarily really good at it because you started off doing it for you, but rather you started doing it for other people. And so for me, that's what it was. I worked behind the scenes for another entrepreneur and her flagship YouTube program. And so because of that, I coached hundreds of entrepreneurs on how to start their channels for their businesses and for their brands, how to make them profitable. I've helped many people make money on YouTube, and I was not doing it for myself. I was not, I mean, I did. Don't get me wrong. I did, but I didn't. I didn't lock in the way that I helped my clients lock in. I didn't go all in the same way that I helped other people go all in. And it's my time. Like, it's my season. It's honestly, for being really honest, it's past time. And if I'm being radically honest, there was a large part of me that was really scared to do that in a way, because I teach this stuff. Again, I've helped people with this stuff. And so if I show up and I suck, and people are going to be like, your shit sucks. Like, why would we listen to you? Your shit sucks. Why would we buy from you? Like, your shit sucks. Your shit sucks. And I know that that's just like a mindset thing, right? It's just a blog. It's like my inner mean bitch just being like, no, stay small where it's comfortable and safe and da 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 da. And it's like, we gotta stretch, we gotta grow, and that's what we're doing here. Even making this video, like, I'm like, child, these people gonna look at me and be like, this bitch, right? Like, what? But again, if you've ever been in that situation where, again, like, you've been in like corporate, right? Like, you did things for other people, you handled $3 million accounts and stuff, but you yourself didn't have a $3 million account to manage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, it's like people on the internet are so, let me not say that everybody's not, but people can be so mean and judgmental, right? And I get it. I get it. But when you're so immersed in the noise, especially when being immersed in the noise is kind of like your job, right? Like social media, and you just see people just saying all types of shit. And I've come to realize that a lot of that stuff is their own projections. They talk about, oh, being in integrity and the this and the that. And it's like, listen, we can have that conversation. Maybe that's a conversation for like another video of one of the 100s, right? Like, we can talk about that. But it can fuck with you. It really can. Like, indirectly, people just saying the things, and then you kind of start internalizing a lot of this stuff of like, oh, well, wait a minute, like, am I a fraud because I teach people this or I help people with this, but like I haven't done it for myself, and da 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 da. So that's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. We can choose to stop taking in the noise. That's what I did. First thing I did, and I did this like a couple of months ago, I deleted Facebook off of my phone. And I was just like, this is like dopamine on a fucking thousand for me. Like, it's just the thing that my thumb just naturally gravitated to. And then on top of that, that's where the most noise was for me, right? We're like seeing all these people like with all their different opinions and judgments and the this and the that. And it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I can't no more. Right? That's been so helpful for me. And then if I need to do anything on like the Facebook app, like go live, I'll just re-download it. And then after I do like a live stream or something, which you're not really going to see me doing because Facebook is deleting your live streams after 30 days. So it's like, what's the point of even having the um the option to do that? But nonetheless, then I just delete it as soon as I'm done and I just go on with my day, right? Um, okay, so the other thing that I really want to do during this like challenge is I want to become more efficient at this, right? So we have all of these tools at our disposal now. Like when I was doing this before, like when I got started, it was like it wasn't as easy. If we're being honest, like it wasn't as easy. We didn't have all these AI tools. We didn't have Descript and Riverside. I mean, we might have had Riverside, but like the way that we're able to create today is not what it used to be, right? And what we used to see back in the day was the people who, you know, were learning Photoshop to make their thumbnails. You know, it was like, oh, like they might not have went to school for design or anything, but like that takes some time, you know, to learn how to do. And I know because I've used Photoshop, video editing, or people like hiring an editor. Like I want to say the barrier to entry on this platform was harder, but I do think that being able to stand out, being able to amass an audience was I would say a little harder. I would say it was harder because you had to do what you had to do. You had to learn how to do all the things. Today, you don't have to necessarily learn how to do all the things. With a click of a button, AI can make your thumbnail for you. You don't need to go learn Photoshop. You don't even need to go learn Canva anymore. No shade to Canva. Canva, you know, I fucks with Canva. But you don't have to learn how to do all the things that was kind of required back in the day, right? The skill sets you really had to learn to grow on this platform, to like succeed on this platform, like back in the day. And so just being able to become more efficient, but not even just becoming more efficient, but everything that I learn how to do, everything that I get better at is something that I know in the future I'm going to be teaching to a client. That's how it always works. That's how it always works. You learn something, whether it's a lesson or how to do something or whatever, and I'm telling you, you have a client, and then it's like, I figured this out, let me teach it to you, right? And then that's the next thing. It's like, I know, I know so much. And you probably do too, right? You're probably like, well, I know a lot too. Well, we both know a lot, honey. You should be making videos. And so, you know, when I'm having client conversations, my clients are just always like, Kiana, you're a genius. I've been called an oracle numerous times. I've had clients just be like, Kiana, you should be making content about this. And all of these things that I get to talk about behind the scenes with my clients, I think it's time for me to start sharing that knowledge and sharing that wisdom with the world in some kind of way. And this is my chosen way of doing that because one of the things that I do know, and if you're not into human design, just rock with me for a second. But if you know human design, let me just share. I have a 3-6 profile and I am a reflector, right, in my type. So I'm one of the rare 1%. And being a 3-6, it's like with the line 3, that's test and try, test and try, test and try. I am designed to test and try shit gather my findings and give them to you. And also with my line 6, right? That's the line of wisdom. There's a reason why when I was only maybe like, what, 27, 28 years old, that I could get on calls with women almost twice my age. I'm talking about in their 50s and their 60s. With, just talking about what it would look like for us to be coaching together. And they would just be like, Quiana, how are you this young and you have so much wisdom? And then I would joke and say trauma, but it's really not a joke. It's really not a joke. Lots of trauma I've been unpacking for like almost a decade now. But all of the wisdom that I amass, even through the process of doing this, through growing my business, through, different relationships, like all the things to take it and give it to the world, right? And this is allowing me the platform, the opportunity to do that without the pressure of feeling like I need to, do the hooks and I need to make it 60 seconds and I need to fit it into a certain framework in a fucking box and a this and a that. That's why I love YouTube. Like, I love YouTube. Okay, YouTube. I love you, Bookie. I love you, you know? And so that I feel as though because I'm not doing those things, that there are doors and opportunities that are not opening for me because I'm not doing those things. And sometimes we have to be so radically honest of like when we feel like, the things aren't happening for us, the opportunities aren't showing, the doors aren't opening. And it can be so easy, especially today, where it's so easy to look at systems and be like, oh, well, because of this, that's the reason why. Or because of that, like, that's the reason why. And we very rarely stop to take like radical self responsibility of just being like, no, the reason why this isn't happening is because I have not locked in with my shit yet. The reason why this isn't happening is because I have not gone all in yet. The reason why this isn't happening yet is because I have not grown to the level that I need to be at for me to actually have this opportunity, right? Because even if, right, an opportunity could come to us, a desire could come to us, do we feel safe to have it? Like genuinely, do we feel safe to have it? If I told you tomorrow that like, hey, $1 million is gonna appear in your bank account, like how would you feel? Part of you wants to say, oh, I would be so excited and da 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 da, and you might be, but nervous system dysregulation isn't always just a feeling. It is also an action, right? So you might be excited, but then, some people have this thing where they get the money and then they spend it and they're like, I don't know where my money went. That's nervous system dysregulation. You went and spent all your fucking monies. And so when we think about the opportunities that we want and desire to have, it's like, I know point blank period that God is going to provide. I know that God is going to open those doors for me, that God's going to place those opportunities in front of me when he knows that I'm ready to receive. And that means that I got to do the things that stretch me. I got to do the things that feel hard. I got to do the things that feel fucking scary and terrifying, like making this video and putting it on the internet. I hope my future kids one day is like, my mom is so, right? Um, yeah, so it's just time. It's time. It's time, It's time. And I want you to follow along on this journey. I want you to participate in this journey. If you want to do this with me, I mean, you might not be like, girl, I don't know about 100 videos in 100 days, but I could do one a week. That's good. That's good. Do that. Right? Do that. Do one a week. And I'm thinking that what I want to do is, obviously with like testing and trying, like there's only but so much that I'll be sharing here And then being able to then go deeper within my community. So if you're not in the magnetic visibility circle, that is my community for, you know, helping people with YouTube, or people are getting started, they're on the journey and want a place, a safe place to do that. Like, come join us, come hang out with us. I really do think that I'll be going in there to dive even deeper into the concepts, the things that I'm talking about, what's happening with this challenge. But I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to see like where we're at. Oh, and by the way, let's celebrate because this is day 3. This is actually day 3. I've already posted 2 days before this. So, yay me. Right? And so that's what happened. I was like, listen, we made it to day 2. If we could make it to day 2, bitch, we can make it to day 100. We can make it to day 100. So, let's fucking go. Like, let's fucking go. Like, all of the it having to be so perfect, and it, you know, just all of the things, and especially with me being a Virgo and perfectionism being like my Achilles heel. I guess, like, why does every video have to be so perfect and polished and scripted and all the things? What if they don't? Like, what if they don't have to be? What if they really don't have to be? And it's just a thought that I had on a loop that became a belief, but it's not universal law, because who the fuck said? And it's so interesting because sometimes it's like the things that you tell your clients, you kind of forget for yourself. Because I would tell it to my clients, like, is that universal law? Like, who said? Like, according to whom? According to whom? Your YouTube videos has to have to look like this according to whom? It's literally what I teach my clients in my YouTube program. I'm like, listen, there's no way that it has to look, you know? And so this really is me just like having to like swallow my own pills. Oh, take my own advice. Take my own advice. Right? So I'm here for a long time. I'm here for a good time, honey. And so the first thing that you can do, if you are here and you're just like, Kiana, how can I support you? You might even be asking that, but shit, like, listen, I don't typically ask for things. And that's been one of the things that I've been dealing with since childhood, is not asking for what it is that I want. Because I used to get shut down, um, and not even in like a nice way. Like, it was like it was a problem that I even opened my mouth and asked a question. And so I grew up just kind of being a lot more silent, a lot more reserved, not asking for the things that I want. Um, and I think because of that, I allowed myself to, oh, I'm getting emotional. Child, I know it's going to be a therapy session. I kind of suffered more through life because I didn't feel safe to ask for what it is that I want. So, to help heal myself, I'm going to ask for you to just subscribe to my channel and follow along on this journey with me. And if you have an encouraging word, drop that in the comments. I was not expecting this shit. Oh my gosh. You see what happens when you just like decide to stop being so scripted and you decide to just be like just super honest and vulnerable and like raw and real? Because I would have never thought, honey. I would have never thought. Like, I'm excited for this journey. I appreciate you for being here in whatever capacity, the way that you choose to support, whether you're giving this video a thumbs up, whether you're going to follow along with me, whether you're joining the magnetic visibility circle, whether you're sharing this video with your friends, your peers, or someone that you know has wanted to start a YouTube channel. You're like, hey, listen, this girl's doing this. Like, come on, like, let's all lock in. Like, whatever. I just want you to know how truly grateful I am. Okay. And I am going to see you in the next. You know what? No, I'm not going to see you in the next video, because I teach my clients that is not how we fucking end videos. So, with that being said, If you are interested in actually creating YouTube videos that feel more natural for you, that really hone in on your natural innate abilities, things that you maybe overlook or you discount, you think that they're not that great, but they are actually the things that magnetize people to you, then I want you to watch this video next where I'm going to dive into that so that you can start making your videos in a way that feel so fucking good for you. I'll see you over there.